Hey guys, if you're coming in, feel free to ask questions and we'll get started. I'm later than usual. I typically go live about 7, 7:30. I really need a nap. If you are new here, just know I am a psychic medium. I am using tarot cards when I do live readings as well. Um, when I people do ask questions about lost loved ones, I don't use tarot cards. That is um, something very separate. But when I'm reading this fast, and many people, honestly, the tarot cards help. As long as I don't depend on them. Hi, Coco. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired. I took a nap today. We were in Universal. My daughter loves Harry Potter, so we're doing all the parks and all the Harry Potter stuff. It's very hot out here. I'm in Florida. I'm originally from New Jersey, so does not get as hot as it does up here in Florida. It's hot and dry out here. Hey Nikki, let me ask, does Charles love me like he says, or and do we belong together? Let's see, honey. Mm. He does actually. He has a bad habit of kind of ruining things when things are going well. Okay, so be mindful of that. He gets in his head a lot. Okay, he can overcome it though, and it does feel like he's going to overcome it. The sun does come out, but you guys are going to have a lot of obstacles in your way. Okay, so just know that. But he is actually, this feels like something he's working on. So I think he's acknowledged and knows that he does this. All right, so he is really trying his best. What's next for you, Coco? Hey, Coco, how you been? Mm. Oh, you need to be careful. This feels like the energy around you feels like this time. I don't know if you're losing a lot, like if things feel like they're going wrong, like they just can't go right. But I feel like if you're not already in this time, you're entering into a time where things just, it's like a time of learning, and you're really gonna need to learn a lesson so that you can get through this quickly. It just feels very dark, very lonely, okay? So it feels like you're going through changes, meaning like the best way I can say it is when you evolve, right? This was like an evolution. When you evolve, people start to drop off like flies. Like you start losing people that you thought were really close friends. But I do feel like you are evolving, but it's a very difficult time. Okay. Something's being born within you right now. Okay, or that's getting ready to be what you're going through. You're getting ready to evolve. People are going to be dropping off, friends, family, people you thought were really close to you. But it's a positive thing. It just hurts. I've been through it. It hurts. I have no friends. I don't talk to a lot of my family. There's a lot of things that I wanted to break for myself and my kids. It's a very difficult thing to do, and to go through. And it feels like you're in that stage, okay, honey? Is Luke my forever soulmate? Chat. The answer to that is no. One, please note, can you have a forever soulmate? Yes, you can. Okay, it's still going to take the same amount of work. Doesn't make it a whole lot easier. Okay, I just want to tell you that. This does feel like something gets cut off, though. My scissors actually comes up. Okay, so when I say forever, this feels like a soulmate energy, yes, but this feels like lessons learned. Okay, and my scissors are coming up, so I'm gonna say no. This does not feel like forever. Okay, but you this feels like long term, but not forever. I hope that makes sense. So it may be quite a few years. Serena, yes, you can get a card. I'm gonna say that you do me a favor in this particular thing. If you can ask me a specific question, honey, and I'll see it and I'll pull it up because it's not gonna make the cards aren't gonna make sense to me. It's too much, and I read energy as a psychic. It's too many energies in here. I can't focus. I'm sorry. So I need a question. Will Yuri choose me? Oh, yeah, I see they have options. um I'm going to be honest. Anyone who you have to ask that question is not a good choice, and the cards are basically saying the same thing. They change their mind. I feel like this is a lot of back and forth. They change their mind. They cut people off, and then they try to come back over time. This does not feel like they're going to ever choose anybody. This is just a game. Okay, they just like to have people holding on. So I'm going to say might not be the best thing for you. Am I going to see Living tomorrow? Irving, sorry. Am I going to Vanessa? If I'm going to see Irving tomorrow, Mm, why does it feel like this? I feel like there's something that is definitely getting in the way, but I do feel like you see each other. But it does the okay, the energy with this does not feel like it is great. I feel like you're gonna be let down in some way. Okay, things don't go as planned. But the cards are not being specific if this means that they do not show up. Okay, I just want to be clear with that. I feel like you're going to be let down. So if they do show up, however the day was planned, the things you wanted to do, how you thought it was going to go, I'm actually seeing too that you may plan things in your head. Like imagine like playing through. Oh my God, I'm going to have this. I can't wait to see them. We're going to do this. We're going to have this, and you've played through, and you know what it looks like in your head. It's not going to be like that. Okay, things are going to go a little haywire. Just got number two. Thank you to Marion T. Will I see Mike tonight? Thank you for that heart. Thank you very much. Mm. Yeah, be careful not to argue, okay? I feel like I'm coming to see you, but like my energy is off. All right. Like my energy is off. I didn't have the greatest day. I feel a little irritated. So just be careful not to, poke the bear type of energy. Okay. I feel like I'm looking for an energy argument. I'm looking for something to help me release that energy. All right. So can you see him? Yes. I will say he's somewhere in between canceling, but he doesn't want to. Okay. But I do feel like I'm irritated. So he's had a bad day today. Dusty, will Jessica and I get back together? See, in time. Yes, you do. Okay, literally my time card comes up with cups and my lovers. So yes, you do get back together. It takes some time though. I'm feeling a sense of forgiveness. Okay, Beth, am I pregnant? Beth, that for me that is more of a I'm gonna read it, but I don't do it with tarot cards. Okay, that is more of a medium question, believe it or not. But I'm feeling multiple souls around you. So I'm going to be honest. If you're not pregnant now, you do have babies coming. You have souls that are ready to enter the world, and you are their host. Okay. And I'm going to be honest. This feels like two or three. The third one feels. The reason I say two or three, the third one is feeling foggy. I hope that makes sense. It doesn't feel strong. All right. So I'm going to be honest. There may be a pregnancy that you have trouble with, or that does not make it. It doesn't feel strong. Like I know for a fact I'm coming through. It feels like it's undecided, but there's two or three there, okay, that are waiting. And it's going to be up to you whether or not you move forward with them, okay? Um, Cat, it's Christy, okay, Miss Cat. I mean, the cards are saying yes, and it feels good. The energy around it feels great, but I do feel like I'm keeping secrets. I don't know if that's why you asked if they were okay. I feel like I have a lover or someone in my circle or whatever that I like, that I care about. This feels very lovey, very sensual, very sensual. I don't know who this is. Very sensual. I don't know why Spirit keeps having me saying that word, and I feel like I'm keeping secrets and I'm trying to hide things. All right. So they feel okay though, but that's the energy I'm feeling. Will me and Trenton ever get in a relationship together? Hmm. Why do I feel like family is getting in the way of some things? I feel like they may be having family issues actually because I see them packing their bags and going. Okay, so I'm gonna say it's not that you can't be in a relationship. It's this that they have a lot on their plate right now. Family seems to be an issue for them. Okay, I think they are worried about this. Feels like I'm trying to get out of my current situation. All right, so and this feels like a family thing. So they're busy right now trying to get out of the current situation. I don't think they're ready to be in a relationship, or they don't feel ready. Okay. Doesn't mean some sort of something won't continue, but if you're looking for a serious, this is me and you, and I'm ready for steps to go, to make it go further. I don't think they're ready for that right now. Okay. Has my father crossed over, Fanny Marie? Let me check, Fanny. Okay. Okay. Fanny does feel like he's crossed over. I don't know if he used to do this to everybody, but as soon as I started searching for him, I felt hands on my shoulder. I feel like like he goes and rubs like to care. I hope that makes sense. Like his hands are on my shoulder, like it's okay. Like, like if he used to do that. To you or to people, like just come up behind you and feel on your shoulders. Yeah, okay. So he was here. That's the first thing he did to let me know he was here. Like he came up, felt on the back of my shoulder. So I said, "Oh," because I'm not used to them touching me. Not all of them touch. Okay, some of them had touched my hair, which is very funny. But that's a story for another day. So yes, he's here. He has crossed over. He's actually in the midst of just deciding what he's going to do. So if any for anybody that's interested in knowing, you have an option. You can this is what has been explained to me by spirits. They have an option to be reborn, so they can come back. Some people come back into the same family. That is possible for them. Some people stay on almost as like your guardian angels. They hang out, they'll watch you live. Okay, some people do get lost, and what is has been told to me is like this in between space. Okay, I think people who struggled with understanding what happened to them, or they had some sort of struggles when they were alive, they go into this in between space, where they're really trying to figure out like where am I, what have I done, and why have I passed. Okay, he feels like he's here. He's choosing right now to be a guardian. He's hanging around. I typically cannot speak to people who have passed on. My guardian will let me know that they have been reborn. Okay. But he did show up and he touched my shoulders to let me know he was here. And I see you. Thank you. Yeah, he struggled. Okay, he's here though. He did move on. Okay. He did not go into the in between. Okay. Serena, I think you said. Will I see B again? Will I see B again from Serena? Oh, so this feels like a lot of back and forth. So do you see B again? Yes, because I think this is something that they do. They kind of go back and forth within your life. I also feel like this is creating a lot of trouble for you. Okay, and I do think they kind of show up and call on you whenever they can or whenever they need you. Okay, would be the better thing. But it feels very one-sided. So just be careful with that. The back and forth doesn't feel like it's good for you. Okay, it feels like it's hurting. A Quinta, will I get married? Is that what it says? Yes, a Quinta, will I get married? Yes, you do. I do see a marriage in your future. I am going to tell you be careful because it does feel like something that you want really badly. I want you to be careful because for some reason the man that it is does feel like he has a bit of an a problem. And then this is my messy card. This basically that card tells me that something is wrong. Okay, it doesn't feel good. So just you do get married. I do see the celebration. I see the marriage with the wands that comes up. Just be careful, okay? Don't be because that is the current option. Okay, you always have multiple options. You have freedom of choice. That one feels like it's going to be a little bit rough. Okay, will me and W reconnect? Mm, you do. You do reconnect. It does. This feels like it takes a little bit of time. Okay, I'm gonna say they're on some sort of journey. I'm gonna call it a spiritual journey because that's the energy that it feels like. Okay. Be careful too not to cut this down. I feel like this may be you kind of cutting things off. If you want this to work, I think the journey that they're on is just that, right? And I also think they're having some issues with money that are showing up. I don't know if money is a topic of conversation and if maybe that's why you're kind of cutting things off because that's what the cards are saying. So I just want you to be careful with that, okay? Because this person does begin to manifest, does begin to grow, does begin to really be careful with that, okay? Because this person does begin to manifest, does begin to grow, does begin to really make happen. It's in the cards. It's actually looking like you guys get together and you cut it off before you actually have a chance to reap the benefits of that. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Like this is a seems like a good person, but you don't get to see them as a good person. So you're gonna feel like you put in a ton of work, and then you're gonna see that person after they've evolved with somebody else. Okay. So just be careful of that. Is Charles the one for me? Nick, let's see. Mm. Okay, my gunslinger comes up. Okay. And the energy around Charles feels like that type of person, okay? So that I mean, just think of what you would think of a gunslinger, like a little, like very tough, a little mouthy, very, I'm a man's man. That's the energy that I'm feeling. But I'm also seeing you cry with cups. So I would say, be careful with that. It seems like it could be a good relationship. Cry with cups. So I would say, be careful with that. It seems like it could be a good relationship. Sometimes this is the energy that gives me. Sometimes we look at a person and we see how tough they are, and we think this person, and that's the energy that I feel. I feel like I'm attracted to that toughness because it makes me feel safe, and I feel like I need that, and I want to be feminine, right? But that toughness is hiding something. So be careful with that. His energy feels like that's what it is. His energy feels narcissistic. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of lying, a lot of fooling around, and everything is your fault. Okay. So just be careful with that energy. Does Curly love me? Oh, does Curly love me? Oh, very positive card. Yes. Absolutely. And this feels like his energy feels like something, or this person's energy feels like something that's like I want to work on things. Like I want to be loved, to show and prove that I can be loved. I feel like this person is willing to put the work in. So yes. I feel like this person is willing to put the work in. So yes. Evelyn, will I be bow? Evelyn, I'm gonna be honest. This feels like you may need to again, mind games played. Okay, this feels like something you might need to let go. I and I'm the energy around this feels sad. Okay, I feel like you've already been through things. And you know how you have a ride or die. Like I'm getting energy like you're the ride or die. Like you feel like if you just keep holding on and feeling it through, that it'll wind up in that situation. Okay, Evelyn, that's the energy I'm feeling around this. In spirit, like, absolutely, you're gonna keep going through things. If that is what you're looking at, absolutely, you're gonna keep going through things. If that has been people in a relationship, okay? It won't ever just be you. I really feel like that's just who he is in spirit. All right. If you're okay with that, some people can deal with that. Listen, I don't judge people. If you can deal with that, then that's what you do. Thank you, Nurse Maso. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Miss Jew. Thank you guys so much. Will my finances grow in the next 6 months? Thank you. Let's see. Users, multiple numbers. Thank you, Miss Jew. Oh, they will. You need to so they're gonna grow, and it feels like they're gonna grow fairly quickly. I actually feel like they're already starting things. Thank you so much. Thank you for that art. Thank you. I'm starting to see like they're starting, things are starting to change, right? But you cut something off. This was like somebody enters your life that starts helping in some way with finances, with ideas, with things of that nature, and then you cut them off before you can actually fully grow from it. Okay. And yeah, you cut them off because you can actually fully grow from it. Okay. Yeah, you cut them off because you think that you can walk away with more some way, and it doesn't work out that way. So just be careful. Yeah, you cut them off because you think that you can walk away with more some way, and it doesn't work out that way. So just be careful. As a blessing, um, you know, don't try to do around. Okay, it feels like you're like what or still wasn't here. That's energy. So just be careful with that, okay? Thank you, Miss Jew. Does Sean want to work things out with me? Yes. Yes, they do. Oh my God, I got really good cards. Yes, they do want to work things out with you. And this is something like they want to build a family. There's some judgment here, like there's some things they have to figure out, but they do. They want to build a family with you. Okay. That's what's coming up. And the energy around this is so sweet. Um, it makes me feel hugged. Okay, that's what the energy feels like. Okay. Do you love Jesus? I do love Jesus. It makes me feel hugged. Okay, that's what the energy feels like. Okay. Do you love Jesus? I do love Jesus. Jesus. You should your username though. If maybe you. You can't have a username with real Nigga and talk like that. I'm sorry. That seems opposite to me. Anyway, will Sean and I be together soon? Thank you, Tracy. Yes, you do. It does feel like there's some pieces that need to be moved around. I don't know if this person lives lives away from you or something, but there's pieces that need to be moved around to kind of make that happen. But absolutely, and energy feels good as well. Okay. Well, me and R stay together. Mm. You can. There's going to be a lot of work on your part. You have to be patient with this person. I'm feeling okay. Temperance also does come up. Yes, you can stay together, but you're going to need some patience. Okay, they are not in a good place, and it doesn't seem like they burn things to the ground. Like they don't. They're sad. Like I feel sad. I feel an ultimate sadness. I think this person may struggle a little bit with depression, and the energy from you feels very uppity, like you want to go outside, you want to do things, you want to share your life with this person. And I think this person is going to be like, yeah, I don't really want to go anywhere. And I think that's going to start bringing you down. Be patient. They're going through something. Don't make what they're feeling about you. It really is something that they're having to deal with. But I feel like you're going to feel rejected by the way that they are. Okay, like they're not, like they don't want to spend time with you, but really they're going through some depression and they don't know how to put it into words. So just know that ahead of time. Okay, if you can be patient with them with that, and maybe help them get some help, it'll be a great relationship. This person seems to have a lot of love to give. They're just in a place where they're not sure how to love themselves yet. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Thank you guys so much for the help. Thank you, Miss Jew. Thank you so much. Does Sean want to work things out with me, Nina? Mm. I'm gonna be honest. No, it could go either way for him, and I think it wouldn't matter. Okay. This is not, the energy of this doesn't feel like I'm choosing you. It feels like I'm just kind of letting things happen. So if you come for me and you want to be with me, sure, then I'll be with you. Because I can, because you've allowed me to. This person is just doing whatever you are allowing them to do. Okay. So just be careful with it. Be mindful of their energy. So you're gonna have to show up for them, and then they'll go with the flow. Okay, if you go back, they'll come back because they're going with the flow. Is Brittany reaching out to me soon? Mm. No, I don't know who Brittany is. I apologize. The energy does not feel good. I feel like I argue a lot. I'm angry all the time. So if this person is reaching out, I just feel like it's more arguments, more negative. It's just like a lot of negativity surrounding this person. Okay, so just be careful with that energy. I feel like when times are good, they are great. But I also feel like it really, everything is depending on their mood. Okay, how the day goes, how light, everything is depending on their mood, and they are the center of attention. If you're okay with that, baby, I'm okay with that. Right, that may be a lesson that you need to learn right now. Just be mindful. So if they are around, it's not going to be for anything positive. All right, they're just not in a great place right now, and they spread negativity. Will Joy break no contact soon? Mm. Uh, no, I do feel like you are trying to break no contact quite a bit, and I think you might keep reaching out. This actually feels like they're trying really hard to stay strong this time. Because I feel like it creates a lot of chaos, a lot of I'm seeing a lot of crying. Okay, so whatever, I think they're really trying really hard not to break no contact. Right now, they feel pretty strong. Okay, so this could change though. I will say that because spirit is like, it could change. It really is depending on their emotions. Right now they feel very strong. Some days are harder than others. Okay, but they are right now, they're trying to stay strong. Well, I move before the next year is over. I think that might be this year is over. Oh. That is gonna be this is like a time will tell type of thing. I don't know if you've been filling out applications and you haven't been getting information back, if you're trying to get a house, if you're trying to get a apartment, whatever this is. But I'm also seeing like there may be another person involved in this. Okay. Um, and my card of like getting stabbed in the back kind of comes up. So, and the energy that I feel around this is like the money I thought was there may not be there. So like, I don't know if you're trying to move in with somebody else and they're like, okay, yeah, we can do this. This is what we can afford because this is what I make or this is what I have. I feel like you are dependent on that a little bit and it's not going to be there. Okay. So there's that energy, right? So if this is a roommate, a person, if it's not just you, or if this is you're doing it based on promises of a job, because it can be a person, place, or a thing, promises of a job and making more money or getting money coming from somewhere to be able to make this move, that money is not going to be what it was said to be. It's not going to be what expected. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And I do feel like that halts you a bit. Shall leave my job, Red Ruby. Okay. Ruby, I'm gonna be honest, the energy around this feels like people have been coming after you. Like I'm constantly being pulled in the office. I feel very uncomfortable, okay, with the people that I work around. After you. Like I'm constantly being pulled in the office. I feel very uncomfortable, okay, with the people that I work around. I feel after me, like I keep getting like feedback, like people are watching my every move, like I'm seeing eyes everywhere, okay. Like I feel like people are watching my every move. They're waiting for me to make a mistake just so they can talk to me, like as if they are trying to get rid of me currently. That is the energy that is around you right now. All negative things come up, and I am seeing you taking your coins and packing your bags. Okay. I cannot tell you what to do. This is your life. So you have to make a decision. I will say Spirit is already over here working on things because they're telling me they're working on things. Do not do not quit unless you have something else lined up or you have a way to care for yourself, right, without that job. If you do, the feeling I get is this needs to happen for your mental health. If that's correct, let me know. But this feels like it is now impacting my mental health and the way that I feel. I do feel like things are working in spirit though, and God is lining something up for you. All right. So if you have to take your time, it is okay for you to take your time if you can. Yeah, oh my God, yes, yes. That's the energy. So I do feel like that it's not in your head because there is the energy like you might feel like is am I crazy? I think they're making you feel crazy. Like, am I crazy? I feel like these people are after me. No, they are. They're whatever they're doing, it feels very purposeful. Okay. I think it's time to let go of this dude. It may be, Sita, was the energy I felt in a new space good or bad? Sita, was the energy I felt in a new space good or bad? Mhm. Uh I feel very uncomfortable. Okay, I'm gonna say that. So I don't know what this space was because you didn't tell me, but I'm gonna say that I, as Mina, feel very uncomfortable. I actually feel like there's a lot of things around me um that don't know boundaries. All right. So I'm gonna tell you that. And I feel very cold. So I think and it's a lot of good and bad. So what I think, I don't know where this space was, but it feels haunted. Okay. I'm not telling you it is haunted because it might be your house. I hope that's not the case, but it feels haunted. There's just a lot of energies in there, a lot of things that have passed over, okay, that are in that space. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling. All right, good or bad, it really depends on if you can deal with that. I can't. Okay. Not everyone sees and feels them now. So you may not know, it may not bother you. All right. And there does seem to be some there that are willing to work with you, but it wasn't for me. It was a crystal shot. Too much energy in that crystal shot for me. Okay. It just there's things everywhere. So just be careful with that. And y'all listen, use your discernment. Be careful some of the spaces you go in. Quick story. I went to an event. I'm not gonna say with who, but it was another psychic. I can feel when magic is being used. Especially if it's strong magic and this person did, I think they do participate in things like that. It was like a meet and greet thing that I did and I left early, okay, because I could feel it. I don't know if they did something prior to coming to the meet and greet to meet their people, and the way that people were behaving, baby, you'd have thought I'm 42, so I remember what it was like when Michael Jackson was alive, and people would start screaming and fainting. There were people showing that type of energy, and I didn't get it. I said, "What is happening here?" And then when they got closer to me, oh, I felt it immediately, and my skin started to crawl. And spirit was like, "Run." Literally run, go. Like you can't be here. I paid my check and left. Couldn't stay in the room. So you do have to be careful of the energies that you're around. I believe in karma. I also believe in God. So the only way that I can get positive and good things is if I'm putting positive and good things out. And I believe that, listen, I don't, even when people upset me, I don't do anything. Because the what happens next, what God makes happens next is way worse than anything I could do. Anything I could do anyway. I do feel like I am very protected, okay? But when you're in those situations, get out of there. Thank you, Divine, for joining the fan club. Get out of there. All right. If you feel, if it doesn't, if it feels a little off, and you, even if you can't put a name on it, go ahead and get out of there. Lakia, will Jean reach out soon? Your page. They do. He does reach out soon. Okay. This also feels like something you may have ended, cut off, or put in this began this situation ultimately, maybe giving them an ultimatum. They do reach out soon. I do see them walking back. Okay. A lot of things changed though after this. I do feel like whatever happened, it was enough that either they or you or both of you are really going at this in a very different way. So the relationship or whatever this is, business relationship, intimate relationship, whatever this is, has been changed for good. Okay. I filtered badly. What should I do for more income? Adam K. Man, okay, I feel like you have an old hobby that you used to do, because I'm kind of seeing, I don't, this is something with your hands. Okay, this is an old, like an old hobby, something you used to do that you used to actually enjoy and you stopped for some reason. I actually feel like there may be a way for you to make money on that. I would suggest, if you're going to do it, listen, jump on here, go live and do it, live, whatever it is that you're creating, whatever it is that you make. And I'm feeling it in my hands, like I hope that makes sense. I'm feeling a tingling in my hands. So I do feel like it was something that you used to make with your hands, okay, or do with your hands. Could even be an instrument, honestly. It's just, I know it's done with your hands. So something you used to do. And I think that if you find ways to, as to do that as a side hustle, I think you'll be very successful. Okay. Used to write. Okay. You need to start writing again. And telling you, so maybe write and tell short stories on TikTok, write kids book, whatever it is, but you do need to be writing again. Okay. Is Richard going to reach out soon? The lovers does come up, so I do think he's going to reach out soon. He's struggling with something right now, though. So but the answer is going to be yes because the lover shows up. Okay, you're welcome, Madam K. See, every time I see T, I go to it because everybody calls me T. So I think I think you're talking directly to me. Will Mike not want a relationship with me? Uh, I can see the back and forth. Um, I can see the back and forth. This doesn't feel good. I think okay, and I'm gonna say this straightforward because Spirit is telling me I have to say it like this to you because I think you'll understand it better. You have to stop cutting things off, right? I feel like every time there's a argument, every time there's a disagreement, you're the one to be like, okay, so leave then, right? That energy, like, okay, so leave then. All right, so you don't want to be with me. Like it's always jumping to that assumption, and it doesn't make him feel good because it's not doing what you think it's doing. I think from a perspective of thinking, it's like that's the energy. You want him to fight for you, right? It's that, like, get back here. I'm not going anywhere. Like that's the energy you want almost to prove. And for him, it's like, oh, you actually probably don't really want to be with me then because you keep calling things off. That's the energy, okay? So you just have to be careful with that. All right, be careful with your words. Be careful with how you respond. There is a sense like I want a man that's going to fight for me, but in that you're creating fights. Okay, you want somebody that's like, you're gonna be like, well, I'm leaving then, and they're like, no, don't leave, and they block the door, and they like, I don't want you to leave. Like that's the energy that I feel. Okay, but that's not healthy love. All right. Will I be financially okay? I'm trying, but it's hard to see how. I'm going to sand. Mm, mm. Sand. I see it and I feel it. This takes a very long time, and I'm gonna be honest. because I have to be. This feels like it gets worse before it gets better. I just pulled a lot of cards. Okay. The energy around this is feels very sad to me. It does feel like it gets worse before it gets better. um and I think when it does you ever, you know how people say sometimes you got to hit rock bottom, okay, before you can be lifted up. Thank you so much, Sylvia. That's the energy I have, so I apologize for that immediately. I do believe everything happens for some purpose, right, to bring us closer to our creator, and to our purpose. So I'm really hoping that this has some sort of purpose, but this, it feels like a dark time. All right. And I do feel like it gets worse before it gets better. My suggestion would be surround yourself with people that really care about you. I'm also gonna say you need to get out more. I feel like you need to be there's a lot of negativity too. I feel like not just about finances, about life in general that you have. That's the energy I'm getting from you. I know it's been really hard. Um, that's the energy I'm getting. You need to be around other people. And I'm not saying that you need this, but like find groups of people that you can commune with. It's like super important for you right now. Okay. I'm not saying you had just think of a meeting you can go to. Think of something you've been through. Like if you've lost a loved one, go meet with groups of people who have lost loved ones that are getting together to talk about it. There's a lot of things I feel like you need to release and dump. And you also need to be communing with people and talking to people who have been through rough times. Try to find those type of groups, okay, and get that out, or get a therapist. But I'm suggesting things that are free to do, okay, because care therapists cost money. My sister's a therapist. So just I'm suggesting things that are free to do. Find a group of people that you can speak with and get those things out, okay? And then I do think you can speed things up, all right? Because I do see the money coming. It just takes a while. You're welcome, Sam. Will Danny and I reconnect? Yeah, they're coming back. I do think it's deaded. I'm going to be very honest with you. So I'm not sure how you mean reconnect, but I do see this person showing back up again. Okay. And it's almost like this may be, you may see them at a party because this feels like a celebration. All right. So I don't know if you have common friends, but it feels like I'm seeing them somewhere where there's a lot of people. This doesn't feel like a one-on-one connection. Okay. Sylvia, is Lupe thinking of me? Stars comes up. Yeah, he does sometimes. He definitely does sometimes. Lupe also feels like he's going through something. Everybody's going through something, honey. Yeah, and he's the Hierophant right now, so I think he's sticking to himself. This feels like I'm going through something, and when he goes through something, he backs off of everybody. So don't take it personal. This feels like I'm going through something. I'm not talking to anybody right now. Okay, so don't take it personal. That's his energy. Well, me and thank you so much, Sylvia. Will me and Ahmad get back together? Ahmad or Ahmoud? Mm. You can, but this feels like there's gonna be repercussions, okay, for when you do. I hope this, and my leg is shaking. I feel nervous. I don't know what type of personality he is, but it feels like if we do, you have to answer for something. So I don't know if you did something, but that's the energy I'm feeling, okay? If you do. I don't even know if you want to make it doesn't feel good, is what I'm gonna say. Okay. And it doesn't feel terrible because I've felt like abusive people before, but I feel like I'm gonna have to hear a lot of mean things. Okay, if we do. Are Zach and I going to be in a relationship? Thank you. You're welcome, Michaela. Um, Man, and to be honest, it feels like Zach is like just really in a space. You're gonna be very patient because it feels like he's just really in the space of like having fun. Okay. And I feel like you guys have a lot of fun together and he's really enjoying that. And the downside of that, you do get together, a lot of changes have to happen, things have to be moved around. And I do see you get together eventually. Okay. Right now though, he is really just having fun and he doesn't want to ruin that. And he feels like putting a title to it will change things. All right. He has to get over that first. And it does feel like he comes around. Will I meet a love interest soulmate anytime soon? Rhonda Queen. Mm. You do wind up meeting somebody, yes, that definitely wants to start a family. The Emperor comes up. You are very picky, and that's fine. You've given your heart to quite a few people, meaning like you love very very fast, but the moment that you feel like you see a red flag, which is good. I feel like the moment I feel like something's off, I'm like something's off. I don't like this, right? So like I don't know what it is. Something's off. You're not the one. You're not it, which is a very good thing. The Emperor does show up, so this feels like a very a man with power. Okay, when I say a man with power, doesn't mean like positional status. I'm going to say spiritual power. This feels like somebody who really has their self together. They come up. They it feels like they want to create a family with you. Be careful with other people coming trying to come back into your life during that time. I do feel like you're going to be tested a little bit. Where you meet this person, it's a great person, and for both of you, exes, for instance, are going to come into the life. People that you toxic people are going to start trying to come into your life. I feel like you're going to face people trying to ruin this for you, okay? So just be aware of that. And yes, I think things go very well. Will me and Darian ever, sorry, I gotta go back. Will me and Darian ever get back together, Naya? Mm. It feels if you do, it'll be cut off again. I'm sorry to tell you that. The chariot comes up, so I feel like this is like knight on white horse, like he comes in to save the day when you're having an issue. So he stays for a little bit. This could be a one night, y'all hook up, or for a period of time, y'all hook up, because I do feel like he comes in to save the day. He can be counted on. And then right after that, something happens and it's cut off again. Okay. I do feel like you walk away with a bounty. So whatever he comes in and helps with, the help is still there, right? So whatever he came in, he helped, he fixed some things, and then something happens and it's cut off again. Does Cornell want to marry Marie in the future? Hmm. I don't know who. I feel like I've read this before as well, and my spirit is like in my head. You have to stop worrying about this. It feels like I don't know if you're asking about different people, but I feel like you're in your head. Um, Somebody's really in their head and they're actually doing too much. That's the energy around this. I feel like it's too many. You're trying to do too much to make this happen, and it's starting to mess things up at this point. The high priestess comes up as well. That is a kind of like my card for magic work, or when I'm trying to manifest things. You have now done too many things and put too much into this that is actually starting to break away and fall apart. So I'm gonna say you need to slow down. Whatever it is, if you're trying to make it happen, calm down and breathe and just let things be. Okay. Sometimes we get into our own head and we want things to happen so badly that we actually start unraveling what God has already put together for us. Okay. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. When you push it and you put all that too much energy into it, you'll break it. All right. Will me and Connor have a happy marriage? Jada, thank you. Hi, Jada. Mm. I'm gonna be honest. I see you putting a lot of work in to try to hold it together. All right. And the biggest thing, and the magician comes up as well. There's a lot of change that happens. Justice comes up. The energy, Jesus. The energy I'm feeling around this, it's like this person has changed. Like, you know how everything goes good and you have a kid, for instance. I don't know if I'm feeling a baby, but you know how, and I'm sure a lot of you can contest, okay, where the relationship is beautiful, everything's going great, but then you have a baby and all of a sudden you're with a whole nother person. You don't know the person anymore. That's the energy. Like something happens and I'm like, who is this person? This is not the same person that I married. That's the energy around it, okay? And I feel like you begin to do a lot of work to try to keep it together. I'm also feeling like it's really important for you not to get divorced, okay? So I don't know if your parents were divorced or if you just have like a negative thought process towards it, but I'm getting the energy of like, if I get married, I only want it to be once, all right? So I'm putting the work in to make sure that this stays together, and he is like almost doing the everything opposite, okay, to make sure that it doesn't. All right, so just be careful with that energy. But something happens, and I feel like the energy around it just completely changes because the energy feels pretty good right now. Did my uncle take my children and my inheritance from us from my mom's new will after she passed? Did my uncle take my children and my inheritance from us from my mom's new will after she passed? Uh, I think the best way to answer that is probably asking your mom. Give me 1 second, okay? Okay. Um, First of all, I'm gonna say I don't know what's up with people today. And I don't know if your mom used to do this, but she did stop that. Okay, so I'm gonna stop that. Don't do that. Stop that. I keep seeing her do that. I think she's a very corrective person. Okay. Uh but I'm seeing her say stop that. Um, she reminds me of my grandmother when we were in church. You know, you wasn't allowed to talk and um um oof. So this is so weird because she like does not want to cause trouble within the family. I am gonna pull a couple cards, Mama. Yes. Uh, I'm gonna say the kids feel like a separate thing, just so you know, but I do see inheritance was changed. Okay, now she's being very upfront. I feel like she was at a time, I feel like things were changed at a time where I was not in the best place to make the decision. So like somebody is walking into the room, I am seeing her laying in a bed. I'm gonna assume that at some point she may have been at home in some kind of care. Please verify that for me, okay? Because I am seeing her and I feel like I'm comfortable. So I feel like I'm in my own room. Hospitals don't really feel great to me. Okay. I feel like I'm in my own space. So at some point she may have been taken in the word that's coming up is hospice, but I feel like I'm at home. Okay. Like I know the time is coming because my health has not been doing really well, but I feel like I'm at home. Okay. And I am seeing this a male figure enter in and I'm being asked about this. A hospice. Yes. Okay. So I'm being asked about this. So I feel like when I wasn't in the right space to say yes, no, whatever, I'm being told to sign things. Okay. So that's what I'm feeling. So I'm gonna say yes, something was signed right as like in a space where I was not in the right space to make that decision. Okay. I hope that makes sense. And also I wasn't in the space to read and understand what I was writing. And I was told to sign, so I signed. Okay. And this is what she's showing me. And I feel like I'm in some sort of home hospice, very comfortable wherever it was. I'm very comfortable. Okay. So yes, I do feel like the kids is a separate thing though. She keeps telling me that's separate. Thank you. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, she was home. Okay. Elaine, does that answer your question, honey? Thank you for joining my fan club. Oh, gotta read Jess. Go back up. Will me and Junior be together soon, Jess? Oh. In time, yeah, pentacles comes up, cups comes up. You can be careful. I do feel like there's another energy there, another female energy. Okay. Be careful. I feel like I don't know if you fought or argued or something with another feminine female, but the energy here, I feel like it's already rough between us. Okay. She keeps popping in and out. I don't know if he has a friend that's a female, okay, and you don't feel good about her, you have a good reason not to feel good about her. She keeps popping in and out. So just know that may be happening throughout your relationship. And I feel like you don't ever really get them fully to yourself because of her. Okay. I hate to tell you that. But, and this does feel like a friend, but I feel like, it's a friend that they used to be friends with benefits type of thing. Okay. And they're still trying to maintain some kind of friendship. Well, Barry and I be in a relationship, Shania. Mm. This feels like something that has no name to it. Okay, so you're saying relationship, but this feels like it's a situationship. All right, where he doesn't want to name it. I also feel like he's also being very upfront about this as well. Believe when people tell you something about themselves, believe them. Some people really, the way that they clear their conscience when they're gonna do bad things to you is they tell you they're gonna do bad things to you. Okay, and that's the energy I'm feeling. Like I know that I don't want a girlfriend or boyfriend or I don't want a relationship, I'm gonna say I don't really want to be in a relationship right now. And because you want the opposite and you think you can love me enough to make me want that, you're still gonna let me in. And then my conscience is clear because I told you what it was from the start. That's the energy around it, okay? Told you what thank you, Danny J. Told you what it was from the start. That's the energy. I told you, like I told you I was gonna be a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy. So just be careful with that energy. Thank you. Hey Albert. How did things go with that meeting? I hope you found out. Good evening. Can you read me, please? Babe, you can ask a question in the comments, J Bay. Okay. Also, tonight I'm not going to be pulling anybody up because I'm not planning on being on as long. My family's downstairs getting dinner, a late dinner. So when they come back up, have to end the live, okay? But I'm going as long as I can. Do you see Eddie? Wait, I want to read that one. Why Spirit's taking me to that one. Do you see Eddie getting married? If yes, this year or next year? Eddie. Yes, I do feel like it takes time. This feels like next year, spring, spring of next year, possibly. So I don't know if this person is currently engaged. This feels like spring because I'm seeing the flowers, butterflies, like everything's blooming, like new blooms. Okay. So I'm gonna say spring. So whatever this coming spring is. Okay. Ashley, will I pass all six of my summer classes? Ashley Universe. Mm. Ashley, you got to get out of your head. I feel like the moment I sit down, I feel like I've studied, I've done everything, and the moment I sit down, I go blank. Like I just forget everything and I'm panicking, I'm sweating, my leg is shaking, like it's like, oh, I'm so worried about this. You're gonna have to release that energy, okay? Because right now I do feel like the energy has you like in a chokehold. Okay. I'm also gonna suggest spirit, like when you're in there, because I feel like I get an immense amount of anxiety, okay, the moment I have to take a test. When you're in there, chew some gum if you can, a piece of candy, something to try to take your mind off of it. I doubt that you can listen to music or something like that, but I feel like something else has to be going on to distract you from what it is you're doing, because there's a lot of anxiety sort of energy around this, and I do feel like you will start to forget things. Okay, so just be careful with that. And it's sad because I feel like you're prepared. You've been preparing yourself. All right. So just if there's something else you can do to take away it and tap a pencil, something to get that energy out beforehand, that'd be great. Will my ex and I separation come to an end? Katie Smith. Oh, this feels like it's been taking some time. Why? Um, Yeah, I feel like it never really ends. And what I mean by that, like the separation itself comes to it. And I don't know if you guys have kids together, but I feel like the families and everything are so intertwined. I still have to deal with this person. Okay. So I do feel like this person is still just going to be there and be showing up, right? I feel like your lives were very intertwined. Does the separation itself come to like divorce? At some point, yes, the nail goes into the coffin, but still this person, I see this person, right? You're gonna have to see this person, so just be careful what you guys do to each other during this time because you're gonna have to live with each other for quite some time. Okay, you may have kids together or something like that, but I do feel like you just keep seeing each other at events and things of that nature. What is the time frame that I'll get to be with Donnie? Pretty vibes. Immediately I heard 6 to 8 months for some reason, or six. I'm gonna say 6 to 8. 6 to 8. This could be weeks or months. My brain goes to months, okay, but this could be weeks. All right. I do feel like a move needs to happen. Like bags need to be packed and things need to be moved. And also be careful not to. I do see somebody setting fire to this. Okay, so there is somebody. This could be his energy or a combination of you both. I feel mostly masculine, but I am feeling a little bit of feminine energy in this. Okay. So just be careful with that. I do feel like I pick up, I move, and I don't know if you guys have, you know what it is, I don't know if you guys have never moved together and maybe they're thinking about moving in together. So he's picking up and moving, but I do feel like things are being picked up and moved in together. And it's like maybe nitpicking. This could be nitpicking. We moved in together. You didn't realize I leave my shoes everywhere, my socks everywhere, my underwear on the bathroom counter. Now you're mad. Like it just feels like that sort of energy. Like we didn't know we were getting into, and now that we're here, I have a lot of issues. Okay. Um, so just be careful how we kind of nitpick and work through those things. Okay. Was my uncle involved in my other uncle's, his brother's death? Okay. That's gonna be a hard one, Bell, but I am going to see, and the only way I can do that is by talking to that uncle. I'm gonna see if he shows up. Okay, honey. My uncle involved in my other uncle's death. Oh, okay. Okay. Um, so first of all, this feels like I may have been shot, okay, multiple times. Okay. I'm feeling most of it on my right hand side. I need you to confirm that for me, okay? If that's what this is. I also feel like I may have been hit somewhere here, possibly here as well. Okay. Um, so if you can confirm for me that real quick, it feels violent. Okay. His heart went bad. Then this is not, I don't know who this is. Okay. This feels shot. So I'm immediately going to tell you no. And this just made somebody else come up, to be honest. I feel like I've been shot. I feel pain all in my right side, and it's very painful. I don't think, do you feel that when you have a heart attack in your right side? I don't think so. I think it's your left. But this, it hurts. I'm feeling it here in my arm. I'm feeling it in my side. So I'm gonna say this is not him. Okay. Um, it can radiate like that. This hurts. This hurts. And it feels violent. I feel like my body is in some sort of shock or something. Okay. Um, so I don't know if I don't know if that's him. I don't feel comfortable saying that's him, honey, and I don't want to lie to you, okay? Um, I'd also maybe say this might be better for a private one. If it was his ew, it feels so bad. Sorry, I can't even shake it. All right. I can't even shake it. So if let me I'm gonna ask for one more for a confirmation, okay? If that No, I don't think it's him because he's showing me a car. I think whoever this is was in a car when it happened. Okay, I don't think that was him. Unless he had a heart attack in the car. I don't think this was him. It's me. What do you mean it's me? Are you saying this is somebody showing up for you? See? Okay. I'm gonna keep reading, okay? My friend was shot. Your friend was shot in a car, honey? Mostly on the side. Were they if you're on this side, were they a passenger? Because it has to be car, honey. Mostly on the side. Were they if you're on this side, were they a passenger? Because it has to be a reason it's on this side only. Can you tell me, Tasia? Yes? Okay. This might be it. It's very pain and I feel like crying. Are you crying right now? Sorry. Just maybe this is you because maybe the person is crying. Yes, he was the driver. Yes. Okay. Do you have a question for them? And it's possible. So just like when I'm in these, they're literally I see people standing all around me. Okay. If you ask the question, then I'll tell you, but I don't allow them to just come up. I have to let them come up. I hope that makes sense. Is he at peace? No. I'm gonna tell you he's not at peace. I actually feel like crying. I feel upset, a little angry. Um, did they catch the person that did it? I feel like did he have kids too? Like oh my God, I feel like this person have kids? Like I feel like I was taken away from everything that I love. Like I'm very unhappy that I've passed. I feel like he does. He does have kids. I was taken away from everything. I'm very upset about it. And I feel like I didn't deserve that. Like, okay? Like I did not deserve that. That's the energy. And I'm really still upset about it. Okay. So at the current time, they're not at peace. How long ago did this happen, if you can tell me? Because this I haven't gotten over it. This person has not gotten over it. See, if you can tell me how long ago this happened. Like they're literally crying. Like I am seeing them like literally on their knees. Yeah, this is too new for them, baby. There's so much pain here. There's so much sadness. All right, it's too much. See, this is for Tia. God, this is definitely Tia's, okay? It's too much. All right, this is not um we're not going to continue this here. Okay, but it's too much. They lost a lot and it feels like it was too soon and they have not fully dealt with their own passing, okay? They're very sad. Very sad, okay? Tia, we can talk privately. It will have to be when I'm back from vacation, okay? Do me a favor, go ahead and message me and I'll send you a link later so that you can book if you'd like to book, okay? Just some time. And I'm also coming up with a, you'll have an opportunity to do so. Okay. Okay, Albert, do my dogs where you at? Do my dogs Theo and Albert, where you go, honey? It's moving too fast. But did you have dogs past Theo? Do my dogs Theo and Buffy have any messages for me? Aw. Oh, so I've never done animals before. So this will be interesting. Wait, first of all, if this is the if this is the animal, it's throwing shade. Um, because one of them is talking about something you used to leave around the house and then get upset because they were messing with it, but you left it there. And I'm like, so there's like immediately I heard a question like, do you still leave? I don't know if it's a shoe, a sock, something that she used to get upset that I have in my mouth or I drooled on it and I'm playing with it. And I'm like, do you still leave that around the house? Like, that's all I heard. Now, I don't listen, I've never done it before. I don't know what animals I don't know how animals speak or interact, to be honest. Um, this is live, babe. Okay, my mom had a massive heart attack. Oh, this movie too bad. When I was 13, is she okay with my life choices? One, I can tell you they're always okay with your life choices because they understand a lot more about life, okay? And they understand that the lessons that we're supposed to learn and the purpose of what this is supposed to be. But I will double check, okay? If she hasn't been reborn yet, I'll be able to tell you. Okay. Um, I believe this is her. Did she go to a Catholic school? She immediately showed me like and just like tapping on the desk. I don't know if she went to a Catholic school or was Catholic. Because I'm seeing nuns. Okay. Yes. Courtney, was it you that asked that question? Um, and she keeps tapping too. I don't know. It's almost like calming for me. She keeps tapping. Yes, so she's very pleased. Okay. I think you expect it for her to not be because of how her Catholic stuff. But she's fine. She understands a lot more now. Okay. She also watches over you, so she is still here. She has not been reborn yet. Okay. Devin's my husband regretful. Mm, it's not you though. I'm feeling a sadness here. The hanged man comes up. It's not you. It's like I'm regretting. I feel like I'm not enough. Okay. I'm regretting that I can't be everything that I feel like I need to be. I also feel like he may compare himself a lot to other men, other relationships, other families, right? And he doesn't feel like he's the best provider, the best father, the best, but he also I feel like a sense of like I'm not quite sure how to be that. Okay, so anything that you're feeling is not you. This is how he feels with himself. Okay, the relationship itself, I feel like he feels, very loved, and he feels okay. He's actually just he wants to be better. Okay. Is Carlos regretting our breakup? Mm. There are times where he gets right now. I feel like Carlos is working. Like Carlos is really trying to work on himself in some ways. Okay. And but there are times when and I feel like he's alone right now. Okay. And when he does get alone, because the Hierophant comes up, he is really thinking back over his relationships, his every mistake he made, I think he replays in his head. Okay. Just constantly. So yes, I do think he thinks about it. Okay, will my book series and real estate endeavor make me financially abundant? Perfectly beautiful. Be patient. if temperance came up immediately. Be patient, okay? I do feel like it takes a little bit of time. There's a little bit of back and forth, okay? So I think you're gonna have some really good times, and then it's gonna slow down. So just think of it like my sales are great in, during the holidays, and then it slows down to almost nothing, okay? Think of it like that. It's gonna be a lot of this back and forth. You have to be careful because I think you've set really the energy that I feel feels very boss, right? Like I feel like I've set really clear goals for myself, really big goals for myself. So I feel like the moment that things slow down, you're gonna get in your head. Don't do that. Okay. That is how it's meant to be. All businesses have those ups and downs. Yours are gonna feel the downs are gonna feel really low because you're just starting out. It takes time. Most businesses don't even make money till after about 5 years. Okay. So you have to keep that in mind. Do not compare yourself to other people, okay? Because I feel like you get in your head so much, and that is what kind of stops those bags from coming. You're going to have to stay persistent. All right, stay persistent. Ooh, it's moving really fast. I'm sorry. Well, I be a neurosurgeon. School is kicking my behind. I'm trying melanin popping. Oh, it is. But you're trying. The high priestess comes up. Absolutely. Yes, you can. I also see there's some you're gonna have to be really specific though. Um, Obviously about how you're spending your time, but also stay away from toxic people. I do feel like somewhere in your friend group, you may have a justice comes up. Okay, there's like a person here who I feel like is almost a distraction. Okay, be careful about bringing distractions into your life or allowing distraction into your life. You have to be so focused on what you want to do that you surround yourself with other people that are focused on what they want as well. Okay, I do feel like you might have a party friend or something like that. Just be careful with that because I feel like there's a person that's a distraction and that likes to get you distracted. Okay. Okay. Will me and Connor be able to get through infidelity? What time frame, Jada? Thank you. Oh, babe. Okay, first of all, yes, my cups, you're coming up crying. No. You get through this one, okay, barely, but this is coming up that it happens again. And you know what's crazy? It doesn't feel like it happens fully. I do feel like you start catching the little things for it because you're looking for it now. But it is coming up. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune and my swords comes up. You start looking at him differently and noticing more things. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. And it's not good. And you wind up cutting it off. I think you wind up getting to a point where you've had enough and you realize um that it's not going to work. Okay. So it is completely up to you if you choose to not do it now. But I do think that you're going to start paying more attention and see that he's actually been doing more than you currently know about. Okay. Nigga, will Jermaine get himself together and try to reconcile? Thank you, Sia. Thank you so much, honey. Oh, the fool comes up. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I see him not trying to get himself together. I think that the fool is kind of what he plays. There is gonna be some change, but I don't, I don't think it's for the greatest. I hope that makes sense, right? When you say get himself together, I feel like he's not sure how to get himself together, right? I think he's doing what he knows, all right. And I actually do see you giving him another chance, though. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Everybody on earth is trying to figure things out. We don't know what we're supposed to. Thank you again, Sia. We don't know what we're supposed to be doing while we're here. All right. Every single one of us have gone through some type of trauma, on the scale of 1 to 10. We've all been through something and it's impacted us more than sometimes we know. And we are really just trying to figure out life. All right. And it feels like that's the space that he's in. All right. Dem, is he happy with the third party? Will we reconcile? If so, when? Oh, did you ask? Mm-mm. Um, he is happy, but this person feels, oh, their energy feels like they have a lot of power over him. Okay. So I'm gonna be honest, whether he's happy or not, he's listening. Okay, he's listening and being and doing what he needs to do. Her energy feels bossy almost, like don't do that. Like she sets a doing what he needs to do. Her energy feels bossy almost, like don't do that. Like she sets a lot more boundaries and has a lot of like rules, okay? And I think he's following along. There's a part of him that likes that, almost as if a mother. This feels more like the figure is more like a mother, like don't do that. You better move over there, and you better not do this. I think she sets a lot of boundaries and a lot of rules, and he actually likes that. He thinks it makes him a better person. So is he happy? He's content, is what I'm gonna say. Okay. If I'm freezing up, it's not on my end, but I am on the hotel's Wi-Fi. So I apologize for that. It's not much I can do about it though. Try going out and coming back in if it is freezing, okay? Jennifer, what is going on in my love life? It's in shambles right now. No, Jen. Let's see what's going on, baby. The fact that you can say it though and still kind of be funny about it says a lot of good things about your personality, Jen. So I think you're gonna be okay. But I'm still gonna pull cards, okay? Oh man. Oh man. Jen, you keep attracting people that kind of get in their own way. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna say it's at no fault of your own, but it doesn't feel like your fault. This actually feels like it's like you're a lot, but and not in a negative way. You're actually like your energy feels like very light and happy. You want to be loved, so I do feel like all, and I don't feel like you carry, some people carry the hurt from their past relationship into a new relationship. It doesn't feel like you do that. I feel like you approach each relationship as if it's new, giving everybody a fair chance, right? That's the energy that I'm getting from you. And for some reason, but I also am feeling that like I really want to be loved, so I think you give a lot of yourself, and it's kind of scaring people off a little bit, but also it's attracting the wrong type of person. It's attracting takers. It's attracting people who see your light and want to diminish it. That's the energy I'm feeling. Like it's attracting people that's like, oh my gosh, she has a lot to give. Let me go in and see what I can get, and want to diminish it. That's the energy I'm feeling. Like it's attracting people that's like, oh my gosh, she has a lot to give. Let me go in and see what I can get. Okay. Um, you need to have a bit, it's your boundaries. You need to have more boundaries. Okay. You're also a healer. You have very healing energy. You need to have a bit it's your boundaries. You need to have more boundaries. Okay. You're also a healer. You have very healing energy. All right. But you're attracting broken people because you're a healer. You're gonna have I want you to dig in a little bit into who you are and what you are and is of, oh, I can fix him, right? The energy, like, oh, I can fix him. He's so sweet. He'll be okay. Like I can make him better. That's the energy I'm having. You have to change that. You have to want what you are. Okay. Don't go out here trying to fix people. All right. You have to have an expectation that they're going to be as closely related to you as possible, meaning how much money they make, how they're experiencing things, right? Because I feel like you need to find your match. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But right now you're finding people that you have to lift up, and that's part of the problem because you're a healer. So you naturally want to heal everybody around you. Okay, please, Danny G. What is the time frame for Joel and Danielle to reconcile? The spirit is not the energy of Joe does not feel good. First of all, he's definitely in his head about things. There's a lot of back and forth. Temperance comes up, which also says to be patient, but it doesn't. This doesn't feel good. There is no date. There is no end. The Hierophant comes up as well. I think you keep wanting to know the future, and it is literally being kept from you. It is being kept from you. Future, and it is literally being kept from you. It is being kept from you by being kept from me. Okay. Spirit like does not want you to know. I hope that makes sense. This also feels like something you have to let go of. I'm just gonna be very honest with you. Like I apologize for that. I feel like something you have to let go of. It doesn't feel good. It feels like so much has happened. There's like nothing you can do to get it back to the third party. Okay, guys, I'm gonna answer two more questions, okay, and then we're gonna be. No, you need to cut this off. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. If they are, I don't know if they will continue to be. I hope that makes sense. Um, all right, but you do need to cut this off. All right. I feel like that I'm seeing like lies swirling. So I feel like whatever you were told about the situation is not the full truth. All right. Okay. Spirits, let me go back to this one. I'm sorry. Is my life best here in Atlanta with love and work or Texas? Okay. And after this, I'm gonna do two more guys and then I'm done. Thank you, Glamorous. In Texas. Oh. Um, I'm gonna be honest. So I think it'd be good either way, but I do feel like there's things that have been destroyed where you currently are, and it is time for you to kind of pick up and leave. It can be fixed though. Okay, just so you know, it can be fixed. So I don't want you running away from your problems type of issues, but I do feel like the energy in Texas feels better. Okay. I hope that makes sense. The energy in Texas feels better. I feel like I'm meeting more people. I feel like the connections I thought I was going to make in Atlanta, um, were we're going to be there, and I feel like they haven't been. I haven't made the moves that I wanted to make, and I feel like I just need a fresh start. Okay, so I do feel like a fresh start for you would be good. Should I continue pursuing love, Shakira? Mm. Shakira, I think right now you should be working on yourself. I think working on yourself and working on your understanding of love and what you want out of love, what it should feel like, what it should be like, and making that a standard and sticking to it. Okay. I'm just seeing a lot of moving around. I feel like this has not been going very well as well. My wands, like my kind of scary cards coming. Like I think you need to do this before you wind up too broken. Okay, it is. I hope that makes sense to you. All right. So don't pursue, just work on yourself. It's going to come to you, but you should, anything that you have to chase isn't meant for you. That's the best way I have to do it. If you feel like you're pursuing love and you have to chase after it to get it, it's not for you. You need to slow down. You need to worry about, who am I? Am I the right person for love to find me? Okay. And love will find you. Okay. Okay. Is my dad at peace? It moves so fast. Is my dad at peace? Where is it? Oh, I wanted to read that. I'm so sorry. Um, do me a favor. Whoever just asked if is my dad at peace, do me a favor. You're welcome, MS. Um, I did not read the whole question. DM me. Okay. Is my current partner the one for me, Sarah? Um, This is funny. It feels like the energy changed. I feel like at one point everything was great. But I'm also seeing you, and this is my crying. This is my heartbreak. Like I'm in pain. I'm crying. The nail's been in the coffin. So I feel like at one point it was, and I think you're trying to get back to that. But it feels like the energy has changed and it's not going to go back to that. I also feel like you have a lot of people too. There's a lot of people coming at your relationship for some reason. Okay. So I don't know if people are privy to the things that have happened within the relationship, but I feel like there's a lot of people that have been coming at the relationship, have an opinion on a relationship, and that has not helped the relationship because I have too many people commenting, too many people telling me what to do. And now I'm all over the place and not listening to myself. That's what it feels like. Too many people commenting. And I think that leads to a bad place. Okay. So, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I want to keep going, and other people are telling me to let it go. Or I feel like I should let it go, and other people are telling me to keep it going. Like they're all telling you the opposite of what it is that you really want to do, and you're letting that weigh in on your decision. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. I am going to say it doesn't feel good. Okay. I think you have enough people telling you what to do. I think you have to make a decision based on what you feel. Missy. Okay, guys, this is my gonna be my last question. Okay, Missy, why do people always hate me? Missy, what kind of question is that, Mama? Um, Missy, you tried too hard. Okay. And it's not that they hate you, you try too hard in a way that it's rubbing people the wrong way. Okay. I'm getting you trying really hard. Imagine the person that's like wants to be a part of the group. So they, they kind of insert themselves and they're saying things, but you can tell it's not really them. Right. You know how you can feel when somebody isn't being themselves? That's the energy it's given. Like you're trying to be like them in order to fit in with them, and it's rubbing people the wrong way. Okay, that's the energy is given. Like you're trying to be like them in order to fit in with them, and it's rubbing people the wrong way. Okay, that's the energy that I'm feeling. All right. You really just want to you want to be who you are, and your people will come, right? Just be who you are, and your people will come, and they'll be similar to you. Don't change yourself to be similar to other people, because it's kind of turning people off. Okay. If you can do that, you'll be fine, and they don't hate you. I want to make sure that they don't hate you. It's just it doesn't make them feel good. It's just rubbing them the wrong way. So I am seeing people too, like friend groups, they're talking about you behind your back, da da da, da, and that's because it feels like you're trying too hard. Just, and it feels like because I think you haven't there's a thing here where I feel like you may have been abandoned at some point by someone, okay? And there's like an abandonment thing there as well, okay? And I think you don't want to feel abandoned. So you change and you do whatever you can to try to get people to stay with you. You're going to have to work through that, all right? All right, guys. So, guys, that was my last question. I thank you all for joining me today. Okay. When I'm off on vacation, my bookings will open up again. Feel free to please give me a follow if you can. If you like, please go to my link tree. I've written a couple books. Thank you, MS. I've written a couple books. Those are available on Amazon. Thank you again, MS. I have some trainings and some things that I think will be very helpful to you guys as well if you find them helpful, in my link as well on my website. So please support, so I can continue doing things like this. Thank you so much. I will probably go live tomorrow, but again, I'm on vacation. So, um, I don't really know until the day of, like how the day goes. So if you can give me a follow, if there's a little thing you can check or, opt into to be notified when I go live, please do that. At the current moment, I don't have a set schedule. Okay. It's been around 7, to 8:30 or so, but it really depends on how the day goes if I even go live while I'm on vacation. Okay. Love you guys to death. I hope you enjoyed your time here, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye.